What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with our Tales of Crestoria video. So, we have the info for ROKUROU and SHIGURE in the game. I haven't looked at their stats yet, but I have seen their elements, and SHIGURE makes sense. ROKUROU, kind of confusing, but, you know, they obviously don't match these colors all the time, just what matches the character. They're trying to match the events and stuff, so, not everything really has to make too much sense. So we're gonna go over them, and we're gonna talk about what is kind of going on. So first, let's see how much news there is here. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the Ascension stuff last. So first thing to mention, as you can see here, it is two separate banners. SHIGURE is in the EX summons, and ROKUROU is just gonna be his own normal premium summon. They're both dropping at the exact same time, which is going to be Monday the 22nd, so, you know, just roughly 3 days from now, which makes sense. Which should only be a couple of days before. So here's the thing about this. This makes me think that even though we haven't met ROKUROU in the story yet, this makes me think that he could possibly be the side story, because then this would be an excuse to have ROKUROU be the side story and then SHIGURE appear in it. But I guess we'll have to see. It could just very well, they just want to release these characters right now. Now, obviously the weird choice here being water for ROKUROU. So, I've noticed something what they've kind of done, at least with the Crestoria cast. Each character is a different color. So, Velvet's wind, Aizen is earth, Laphicet is dark, and now ROKUROU is water. So if they stick to that trend, that leaves light and fire for Eleanor and Magilou. So Magilou would probably end up being fire, and then Eleanor is probably going to end up being light, which makes sense for both of them. So the only really weird picks here is for ROKUROU. They honestly could have swapped Laphicet and ROKUROU's colors, and it would have made more sense. But either way, I don't think it's really that much of a big deal. I think water is probably one of the colors that does need more units, so I think it's fine. But let's take a look at what he does. Obviously, he is a dual blade unit. His Memoria gives 13,000 HP, 2,300 attack, 900 defense, and has 100% burn resist for the Memoria skill. So it's a very basic Memoria. So really not anything to, like, it's not like a Memoria you really need to. I mean, I guess for burn stages, it'll come in really, really handy, but for the most part, it's not a skill that I'd, like, really be too crazy excited about. Okay, so let's look at his stats. 39,000 HP, 3,600 attack, 3,720 defense. So he is a very well-rounded, balanced unit. He's not too crazy in attack, he's not too crazy in defense, and he's not too crazy in HP. So, I mean, he's definitely a very solid unit. Plus, I love that artwork. Look, it looks like he's... At first glance, it almost looked like he was, like, standing on a wall, but it looks like it's just in the middle of his attack, cutting through all these enemies. Plus, I love the red glint in his eye from the attack he's doing. His skill is all deaths repaid, which, of course. HP of water allies restored by 15% when enemy breaks. And then plus 20 to the overly... So he heals, in a way. And then plus 20 to the over limit gauge of water allies when enemy breaks. Okay, cool. That's actually really nice. His Mystic Art is Form 0 Sunder, which obviously pulled right out of Crestoria. 330% attack, 2 hits, 1 enemy. Additional effect, 100% chance to decrease defense of 1 enemy by 30% for 2 turns. Shooting Star, 110%, 13 hits, 1 enemy. You can already tell by these two arts he's a combo builder. Additional effect, 100% chance to decrease attack of 1 enemy by 15% for 2 turns. And then Orochi's Fury, 140%, 22 hits, 1 enemy. So both his normal arts don't really hit for much at all, but his Mystic Art having 330% is very solid. But that Orochi's Fury is really going to come in handy for combo building for water. And then I guess we'll just read what they say here about ROKUROU Blades in the Moonlight. His arts have a high hit count and cause attack down on enemies, making him an excellent choice for both offensive and defensive roles. Make use of his huge drop make use of the huge drop in defense that his Mystic Art causes and launch your attack. So obviously his Mystic Art will be perfect for the start of the turn, and then you can use all your other Mystic Arts after him. So that's it for ROKUROU. Let's take a look at our boy SHIGURE here, who is an EX summon. SHIGURE in a sunlit room. Okay. He is. Do they both have the same time? So do they both leave on the? Yep, they both leave on. They're both 1 week banners, which I guess is fine, because ROKUROU is only a single character banner, kind of like Orwin. But let's take a look. So he is Earth. Is he attack heavy? Okay, I gotta summon. I am in desperate need of it, because all these like other stages, I'm fine with all the colors. You know, if I'm using my wind team, Velvet hits hard enough. If I'm using water, Earheart does a solid. Earheart's kind of but she's good enough to where I'm fine. Light and dark, you know, I have Leon. I have who do I have for light? Who's my powerhouse for light? I guess Milla. Milla's really my powerhouse for light. But Earth, Crest just doesn't do enough damage. He's a balanced unit, but he just doesn't. Most of the time, even when, you know, I break a gauge and he's the last Mystic Art of the turn, I still have some trouble with him hitting for over 100k. So I really do need so I think I will at least throw 2 multis at SHIGURE to see if we can get him. But let's take a look at what he does. 9,000 HP, 2,400 attack, 700 defense. Crit damage plus 135% to Earth allies. So that's pretty good there. 135 per... Whoa, okay. Wow. Wait, why am I saying... I mean, that's still pretty high, I feel like. SHIGURE in Sunlit Room. Obviously a great sword character. 38,000 HP, 4,800 attack, and 2,760 defense. Now, initially you'll think, oh wow, his defense is so low, he's gonna die super fast. But with how much defensive buffs the Earth teams get, it's really not gonna be an issue at all. Especially since I have Lloyd fully limit broken. His skill is definitely gonna help SHIGURE be a bit more tanky. Oh, okay. Striking Blade works 17% attack to Earth allies and plus 10 to the overlimit gauge of Earth allies every 1 turn. Rangetsu Eagle, 430%, 2 hits 1 enemy. His normal art 1 is Cleave, 108%, 1 hits 1 enemy, and it has additional effect, restore HP of self by 30%. So he's gonna be able to heal himself. Interesting. And then Rangetsu Owl, 250%, 8 hits 1 enemy. Additional effect, 100% chance to increase attack of self by 20% for 3 turns. So he has an attack buff for himself, and you get this very nice art of him just in his room with Morgrim. Very, very nice there. SHIGURE in a sunlit room. Rapid fire attacks and self-healing art makes SHIGURE tough to beat. An awakened skill that casts attack up and charges the overlimit gauge every turn makes SHIGURE a must-have for an Earth party, that's for sure. I really do want this SHIGURE. Between, you know, almost having 2 multis ready, and then we'll probably get another 2 between the tower resetting and, you know, the story. I think I will throw a few multis at SHIGURE, see if I can get him, because he would definitely be very, very useful to me. As much as I want to save for like favorites, I really need to be thinking about beefing up my teams a little bit. Water and Earth are really the only teams I really need to work on right now. Ascension material drop locations. I have no idea what this is about. I saw something about it earlier, but I don't know. Okay. Okay, this is very, very nice. So they are changing. I hope this actually means the ones they are showing. But notice introduces new drop locations for Ascension materials and the renewal of permanent raids. Okay, so that's good. So they're going to make it easy. Okay, so let's see what it says here. We are adjusting the drop locations of materials required for Ascension to make them attainable in story quests rather than permanent raids. The kind of Ascension materials dropped by enemies in story quests will depend on the difficulty of the quest. For more details, blah, 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 blah. Please be aware Ascension materials become available from story quests. They will be unavailable from permanent raids. So they're basically saying that these materials right here, so the Dragon Blood, the Eyes, Princessias, are apparently no longer going to be in raids. They're just going to be in quests. Oh, and they're updating the metal exchange as well, it seems. So let's take a look. So on normal, it's going to be the same stuff more or less as usual. On hard, you can get all this stuff. So I guess this is just to make it so people aren't forced to do raids to ascend their characters. Very hard. Can we get Princessias? It doesn't look like it. It looks like, which I can understand to an extent. Oh, that's hard and very hard. And then just very hard Princessias. Okay, so story quests on very hard will have a chance to drop the Eyes and the Princessias. So this is a very good change. But let's see, what are they changing for these? Okay. It's the same price for those. Oh, they're adding summon tickets. So what? Oh, weekly. They're adding 2 weekly summon tickets to the gold one. What's being added to the silver one? Okay, so they're adding gels and stuff like that, but the prices for all the SR and SSR Memorias are still going to be the same price, so that's fine. So you're really only going to be farming raids now to get these Memorias, it seems. Like, if you're doing raids, you're doing it to get the Memorias and to get these, like, books and stuff like that. So that's kind of nice. To an extent, I think now it'll still be harder to get people, because now people are just going to farm the story for these materials. But this is also very good, because you got to think, it's very time consuming to get a full Ascend board done. So by making this more accessible to people in story, it's going to be much faster to be able to farm all this stuff. And when is this going live? Did it say the 26th? I didn't actually take a look at the date. March 25th. So this is obviously going to be, it's obviously next Thursday. So 6 days away. And this should be, I assume, when the next side story drops. So, was there anything else beneath that? Or did I see everything? Nope, that's it. Subject to change without notice. Yada, yada, yada. So very, very cool there. So yeah, ROKUROU and SHIGURE both are very, very solid units. So if you summon for them, I would say, honestly, I know a lot of people are really excited about ROKUROU, but him being a single character banner makes it almost not feel worth it to summon. I would say it's probably, unless you just play the game to summon for your favorites and you don't care, about, meta and stuff like that. I would say probably if you're going to summon for SHIGURE, considering he's going to be an EX unit, but it also depends on what you need for your team. If you need a good balanced water unit to kind of round off your team, then of course, it would be better to go for ROKUROU, especially since he is the only character on the banner. If you get that featured rate, I mean, he's the one you're going to be pulling instead of it being split between 2 characters. Well, it's not even really split, it's just both characters having the same number. But, I could see people probably being upset because obviously there are people who want both the brothers, so they're gonna have to, summon on 2 banners. So it does suck, but, for the most part, I think people will probably just choose one or the other. I think I'll definitely throw, maybe 4 multis total for SHIGURE. If I don't get him, then oh well, maybe I'll have another chance to get him in the future, but if I can get him, I think it would be very, very useful to me, because, well, actually not this. Because, if we just look at all my colored teams, Water, Earhart is pretty solid as an attack unit. Leon, beyond decent. Cress is where we're kind of suffering. Overall, just kind of looking at his stats, you look at him right here. If he was at 120, he'd be a little bit better, but even still, just looking at his level 100 stats, 2660 attack is not that impressive. I think even at, what would his attack be if, let's just see compared to SHIGURE. What is Cress going to, what's this? Oh yeah, this is the step-up summon they have up right now. So if people want SSRs, this is a pretty solid banner to do it on, but I feel like most people are going to, unless you're a newer player, most people are probably going to skip that. Alright, let's take a look at Crest real quick. 3475. Yeah, he's still he's not like super weak, because that's only really like 1400 less than Shigure. But even just comparing him to like someone let's look at Aizen. Where's Aizen? Aizen should be here at the bottom. 40. Yeah, he's like 1100 above Crest. Even Edna's a little bit weaker than Crest. Who else do we have here that we can look at? Obviously Orwin, we can take a look at. He should be here at the... Oh wait, no, because this is a, we can look at him here, though. We should be able to. Yup, here he is. Orwin, 4680. I don't even need to look at Lloyd. I mean, that tells you all you need to know. Would love for a seasonal Lloyd that's actually attack heavy at some point. I think that's pretty much it for all of the kind of like physical Earth units. I mean, Milla's a healer, but even as a healer, she has more attack than Crest, because she does have 2 attack arts. But I'm definitely going to summon for Shigure. I think right now my main concerns are getting a water healer whenever that happens, and then boosting my Earth team's attack. And then after that, then I can be like, okay, now I'll just save for characters I really, really just want to have. But that's going to be it, guys. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you guys are going to summon. Let me know who you're most excited for. This is actually, it's pretty crazy. Both Abyss and Berseria have been getting a lot of their characters lately. The last few months have been pretty much just Abyss and Berseria with some other games sprinkled in here. I still want to see Legendia, Tempest, Eternia. I want all those games to get some SSRs. Rebirth. But I guess they're really just wanting to, you know, pull people in with the popularity right now. Maybe when stuff is on a more, I guess, stable kind of setting, you know, without a pandemic going on and, you know, normal income coming into the game, maybe we'll start to see some of the less popular characters and some other fan favorites. But that's going to be it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more if you're new to the channel. I'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.